start with the council prayer. Dear God, today as this session opens, we pray for your presence will be before us and everyone who serves in the decision-making process of our city. We pray for direction which will lead us, our city, to be strong and unified. May we continue the legacy of our founders. May we be granted the day the wisdom to make these decisions, which will be for the good of the city. We also pray for your special blessing on all those who are working to transform our city and make it a better place to live and work. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilor Broderick.
Here.
Councilor Elliott. Here. Councilor Kennedy.
Here.
Councilor Laurie. Here. Councilor Martin. Here. Councilor Mendonça. Here. Councilor Mercier.
Here.
Mayor Murphy.
Here.
Councilor Nguyen.
Here.
9 present.
Before we get started, moving into the city clerk's portion of the agenda, we do have a housekeeping measure. I would entertain a motion to amend the notice of the election results to include Councilor Joseph Mendonça before we begin.
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Councilor Kennedy, second by Councilor Broderick. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Motion passes. Moving into the city clerk's portion of the agenda, we have the minutes of December 20th, the ad hoc clerk oversight subcommittee, December 15th for acceptance. Motion to accept and place on file.
So moved.
So moved, Councilor Mercier, seconded by Councilor Broderick. Minutes accepted and placed on file. Moving on to the city manager's portion of the agenda, we have communications from city manager, responses to city council motions and requests. Any discussion? Councilor Elliott.
Thank you. Did we just get this on our desk tonight, Mr. Manager?
Yes, we did. We just got it today, so we wanted to get it out to the council right away.
Okay.
We will be getting the federal audit portion of the audit in. It will also be getting, they're working on the management letter now, and that should be coming up in the very near future.
Okay, thanks.
Councilor Mercier.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know that it's not on the agenda, and I'm not trying to make a motion because I think I'd be violating something, but I'd like to speak out loud and say that because we have new colleagues here, and I know that phone numbers in the building were changed from 970 to 674 or whatever. As confused as I might be, being here so long, I think it would be nice if we could get an update on the new numbers that are reaching different departments, because I have no idea who I'm calling. And
Mr. Manager.
If I may, Councilor, all of the old numbers still work, but we will get you an updated directory as well.
thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Broderick.
Thank you. As a follow-up, is that something that's available electronically at this point? That could be posted or sent electronically, say paper?
I don't know, but we'll check on that and see if it's not. We'll work to see if it can be done.
Thank you.
I'd like to save paper too, but I want it in my hand so I can say it. If we could print that out so I can have it, thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the communications. By Councilor Martin, seconded by Councilor Mendonça. Moving on, we have on file a vote to accept a gift of $200 for the mayor's holiday reception from Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. In City Council vote, authorizing the city manager on behalf of the city of Lowell to accept a gift of $200 from the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce Incorporated to be used for costs and expenses associated with the mayor's holiday reception. Whereas the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce Incorporated wishes to donate a gift of $200 to be used toward the mayor's holiday reception, and whereas the city of Lowell desires to accept the gift of said $200 to be used towards said holiday reception, now therefore be it voted that the city manager be and he is hereby authorized in the name of the city of Lowell to accept a gift of $200 to be used for costs and expenses associated with the mayor's holiday reception pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 53A. Be it further voted that we, the members of the City Council of the City of Lowell, jointly and severally do hereby commend and officially extend the gratitude of the City of Lowell to the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce Incorporated for their generosity displayed through their donation to the aforesaid funds to the City of Lowell. Second reading by title. Vote to accept the gift of $200 Mayor's Holiday Reception from Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce Incorporated. What is the wish of the council? Motion to approve by Councilor Mendonça, seconded by Councilor Marty Laurie. And we'll take a roll call on that, please.
Counselor Broderick,
Yes.
Counselor Elliott,
Yes.
Counselor Kennedy,
Yes.
Counselor Laurie,
Yes.
Counselor Martin,
Yes.
Counselor Mendonça,
Yes.
Counselor Mercier,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy,
Yes.
Counselor Norn.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if we could send a letter of thanks to the Chamber of Commerce for the donation.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is an order of the 60-day trial for Barbara Street. In City Council order pursuant to Chapter 266 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Lowell, Massachusetts, concerning Section 266-6 thereof, entitled Temporary Experimental Regulations, temporary traffic regulations are hereby implemented for a period of 60 days. Whereas the City of Lowell desires to make temporary rules regulating traffic under actual conditions for a period of 60 days, and whereas Chapter 266 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Lowell, Massachusetts, Section 266-6 thereof, entitled Temporary Experimental Regulations, authorizes the City Council to make such temporary rules for a period not to exceed 60 days. Now therefore be it ordered, adjudged, and decreed by the City Council of the City of Lowell as follows. Effective immediately for a period of 60 days thereafter, the following temporary traffic regulations shall be implemented. Subsection 266-47, stop intersections, is hereby amended by adding the following: stop sign on Barbara Street, direction of travel north at the intersection of La Plume Avenue. Second reading by title. Pursuant to Chapter 266 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Lowell, Massachusetts, concerning Section 266-6 thereof, entitled Temporary Experimental Regulations, temporary traffic regulations are hereby implemented for a period of 60 days. What's the wish of the council?
Move approval.
Move approval by Councilor Mercier, seconded by Councilor Broderick. And roll call, please.
Counselor Broderick,
Yes.
Counselor Elliott,
Yes.
Counselor Kennedy,
Yes.
Counselor Laurie,
Yes.
Counselor Martin,
Yes.
Counselor Mendonça,
Yes.
Counselor Mercier,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy,
Yes.
Counselor Nguyen.
Yes.
On to a vote to transfer $40,000 to the treasurer's office. Vote in City Council, order to pay for expenses related to the payment of a contract, Melanson and Heath, for cash reconciliation in the treasurer's office. Ordered by the City Council of the City of Lowell as follows: that the amount of $40,000 be transferred from contingency account number 01237056-561700 to Treasurer's Professional Services account number 014-15153-530000. Order recommended and introduced by City Manager Bernard F. Lynch. Second reading by title. Vote to transfer $40,000 to the Treasurer's office. What is the wish of the council? Councilor Elliott?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through you to the city manager, the CFO. If I recall, was the original contract for 50,000, or what? I should ask, what was the contract? I thought it was 50.
$55,000.
It was 55. So this isn't not in addition to, this is to transfer into the professional services account. What is that money typically used for that we have been expending on professional contracts? I'm just curious.
We use professional services for a number of reasons. Number one, to pay for things like bond counsel when
Bond
we
order.
issue notes,
Right.
to pay certain bank fees, and we also use it for postage to send out bills.
Okay, good. Thank you. Can you tell us the status of the reconciliation, the entire process? Or, I'd like to get is a report forthcoming in the future?
Well, we forwarded you already the most recent information. They're reconciled through June 30th, 2011, which is what we had originally found most critical. And then we asked them to go past June 30th for a few months to make sure the reconciliation didn't change. And they've done that through August of 2011. They need to wrap up their contract, though. They've recreated the cash book, and the last part of their contract is to train the treasurer's staff on the new systems.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
when they complete that, will we receive a report as to, the tasks that they performed, how many hours they billed the city for, or how is the contract written?
The contract is a fixed contract, not to exceed. But I can report on the hours if you'd like.
Well, I'm just kind of curious for 55,000, or we're transferring 40, and what do we get, and how do they go about recreating the cash book, and what services they perform for us?
If I may,
Mr.
Mr. Mayor,
Manager.
I also think it would be useful, and I know the council had expressed some interest on this early on, that we have Melanson and Heath come in and make a report to the council
Right.
through the finance subcommittee or the entire council on their findings and how they were able to put it back together. That may be timed well to have Powers and Sullivan also come in and give a report on the findings of the audit.
Yeah, I think that'd be helpful. I think that'd be helpful for all of us. And from this point on, is the staff keeping up on the reconciliation, or what's the status of that? Because that's what got us into this.
Yeah, as you know,
to
this has been an issue that's been out there for 12 some odd years, and getting this done took quite a bit of work from late treasurer as well as the staff down there, and bringing in Melanson and Heath. Right now, as Mr. Moses indicated there, they've continued on the reconciliation process themselves. Now that we have the new treasurer on, she started in mid-December. They're training her or showing her the cash book that they have put together, which fortunately for us, her immediate response in seeing that was that's exactly how she would set it up and how she's used it in the past. And then the process of training the additional staff members needs to be done, but that should all be done within the next 30 to 45
Okay, well,
days.
that was my next and final question. There's been some staff changes as well as absences. So where are we with the staff? I think there was
We
an
have
opening.
we have one opening right now. We do have one staff member out on leave in addition to that, and we are anticipating another staff change or another turnover with someone retiring in the next 1 to 2 months. So we're in the process of filling the vacant position and getting ready to fill the other one as soon as that becomes
All
open.
right, thank you. Thank you, Councilor Marcia.
Those were some of my questions. Thank you.
Sure.
Mr. Mayor,
Counselor Kennedy.
Through you to the city manager.
Sure.
It's my understanding, or was, at least it was explained to me, that this contract was, in addition to doing an audit of the treasurer's office, there's a portion of the contract that was for new software and a portion for training. So if the contract was just for $55,000, then maybe you don't have a schedule of the billable hours because the contract wasn't paid that way, but there must be a breakdown of at least I assume that when the contract was given and that it was done on a bid process, that there must be a breakdown of how much of the contract is allotted to training, how much is allotted to the new software, and how much was allotted to the audit. Is that correct?
Okay. There is a breakdown of their cost. I can't recall Mr. Moses or Ms. Wright may have the specifics of what was in their letter of bid. We did seek bids from a couple of different vendors, but do you happen to know?
I don't have the breakdown.
We can get that. We can get that for you, Council.
Let me just point out that, I mean, this is my first meeting, and this money has already been expended, and I understand all that, but it's $55,000, and we have one page that we were given. There's one other page coming. That's just for the reconciliation, and I haven't had a chance to go through it, but I'm not so sure how descriptive that page is going to be. But it would be good if we could get a little more information. I mean, it's quite a bit of money. We're voting on it tonight, so it's going to be by the boards. So how long is it going to take to get that other information? Is that something that we can get this week?
We'll try to get that to you, a report on that this week, and give you the status of where we are with the other elements and addressing Councilor Elliott's questions as well.
Okay, thank you.
Counselor Laurie.
Mr. Mayor, I'm looking at the letter, and what it says is they believe it's sufficient to cover for the rest of the year. If there's going to be a problem, will we be notified of the breakdown and the extra cost?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Motion to approve
Yes, sir.
by Counselor Mercia, seconded by Counselor Martin. Roll call, please.
Counselor Broderick,
Yes.
Counselor Elliott,
Yes.
Counselor Kennedy,
Yes.
Counselor Laurie,
Yes.
Counselor Martin,
Yes.
Counselor Madonza,
Yes.
Counselor Mercia,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy,
Yes.
Counselor Nguyen.
Yes.
Moving on to subcommittee reports. I don't believe we have any tonight. So we'll move on to wire inspector. Report of National Grid and Verizon of New England for one pole location, Middlesex Street. Motion to accept and adopt the accompanying order.
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Martin, seconded by Counselor Broderick. Accepted. Moving on to general petitions. Path Realty LLC requests for a grant of access easement 1088 to 1100 Gorham Street. Read and referred to the law department to draw a proper vote. Moving on to claims, we have two claims for property damage, one claim for personal injury. Also read and referred to the law department.
For report and recommendation?
Yes, yep. Utility petitions. We have a gas main for National Grid to extend the gas main 65 feet along Mort Avenue. This would be referred to a public hearing on the 17th of January. And moving on to the motions section.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Just as a point of order, those claims will come back to us with the recommendation on what the law department's going to do?
No.
Yeah.
You will?
Okay.
Thank you, Counsel. The motion sections, we have first motion by Councilor Mercia. Request manager have law department prepare a deed and vote vote for council to accept with provisions and restrictions for the protection of the powwow oak tree. Do we have a second by Councilor Broderick? Councilor Mercia.
Mr. Mayor, is there someone registered to speak on
There
this
is.
motion?
There is.
I think protocol says that the person registered to speak speaks before I do.
Okay, sure.
Hi, my name is Emmett O'Keefe. I live on 1227 Lawrence Street in the Wiggensville section of South Lowell. This has been something that's been going on for a couple of years or so now, publicly here in council, about the Power Oak. We've come a long way, you know, here and stuff, but it's something where we're just kind of jotting around in circles with getting the particular tree finally protected. I'm really, really hoping for some type of restricted deed. I'm not saying what level or how far. That's something that eventually maybe the law department could determine. And I mean, it's been a long time. It's a historical tree to the native people. Myself, I am Wabanaki in Massachusetts descent. And it's very, very historical to the Revolution, the American Revolution. It's definitely a treasure to the city. We've gone over this before. There's been a documentary that's been out. Several of us in this room are in it. And it's just going around and just trying to finally nail down something, maybe attached to the existing property around, but a restricted deed to protect the tree, that nobody cuts it, nobody does things to it. There's a sign from the DAR out in front of it, and it explains what it is. It was done by the Molly Varnum chapter of Daughters of American Revolution. They put it up over 100 years ago. And it's just, you know, something a little bit more concrete, you know, to protect the tree. There's a lot of people that are really, really hoping for this that are not even here tonight. There's a lot of people even as far as Canada, some Native American people that I know out there, just a lot of people. And there's several trees like this that have existed in the prayer towns. One is, there's a remnants of one over in Dayton, Mass. And there's been other trees, and I just really hope that there can be some type of motion on this, and we can really get this into this phase, you know, and this would be really good, because we got kind of like a word of mouth and type of thing a couple of years ago, and there's been some protection done to the tree as far as with the arborist, but just something a little more, and I just really, really hope this can be considered. And I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Murphy. I'm presenting this motion in support of the people who diligently worked very hard for the past 2 years and gave of their time, their energy to make important things happen with respect to the powwow oak tree. We could say this is merely a tree. Though not comparing this tree to a flag, some would say the flag is merely a piece of cloth. But what that piece of cloth represents is the blood, sweat, and pain of a nation that fought to keep our country free. The flag is a symbol of a greater meaning. And although we have before us a tree, the history of what that tree represents is extremely significant as well. It is documented that the powwow oak tree is over 300 years old, and it is a site of an ancient Native American tradition. The Wamasett Indians met under this tree centuries ago to perform rituals and seek counsel. The oak has historical significance of the American Revolutionary War as well. Militia gathered under this tree before setting off for Concord and Lexington. So it is a very particular special tree. It isn't something that we just thought, we like this tree, we're gonna create a big hullabaloo around it. This is not happening like that. This is a very special tree. The people who call themselves the Powwow Oak Protectors are asking that a deed be created so as to honor the significant role that this tree played in the Native American culture and the American Revolution, and to see that this historic tree is kept safe. This is a city of cultural diversity, not so much ethnic group, but here we are talking about the Native American Indian, who were the very first settlers in this region. So I think we owe them some sort of recognition. I would ask that this council allows this motion to be sent to the law department so that a deed is created and a vote is prepared with provisions and restrictions so as not to infringe on any residential abutters. And when I say that, the land is city-owned land. I'm relying on the law department to do what they feel is right. I'm not asking for this particular deed to encompass from Clark Road to all the way to Remington Avenue or Street. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for a portion of that area that is city-owned property, not going into abutters or neighbors or anything like that, just to protect the safety and give the respect to this tree that it is deserving. I know it's a tree, but it has significant value similar to those other things that we respect so sacred. So that's the gist of this motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further? Councilor Laurie.
Yes, I only have one other question. For the motion, the gentleman said there were a lot of people who wanted to attend, and obviously they're probably in Maine, New Hampshire, Eastern Canada. Just for the record, if these people are willing to send a statement, could we add it on to the packet as part of the official record? If you wanted to do that, contact them and... Okay, and if it could be just added to the record.
If you want to take the podium again, so you can respond back to...
Yeah, I could get signatures and a lot of things like that, you know, from different people. People from Mi'kmaq to Wampanoag people, and to do this, you know.
Just if they want to take part, and obviously they can't be here tonight, but if they want to be part of the official record, give them the opportunity to send a statement and be presented with the packet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? I'm sure the Councilor Broderick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just as maybe a point of interest in doing this, if it's a right-of-way or it's public property on the side of the right-of-way, just the only concern I would have, I think it's a great idea as long as we don't infringe on potential. I know there's no sidewalk there now, but I'm sure the law department will look into that if there's a right-of-way, if it's going to block off people walking down Clark Road. There's no sidewalk, I don't believe, on either side at that point, so we just want to be careful for public safety, but otherwise, it's a great idea, and I assume the law department would look into that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Councilor Mendonça.
If we could be provided with what the cost of recording a fee would be, and I don't know if the proponent's willing to cover that cost. I don't think it's excessive, but if we could just know what that was and if they want to contribute towards the cost of recording it.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, if this is referred to the law department and they come back with the proper vote for this council, I'm certainly sure you'll have a few people that'll be here to speak on behalf of it anyway. They're not here this evening because this is merely a presentation of if my colleagues support it. I don't know. I'd like to take a roll call on this vote too, please.
Sure.
Before the roll call, could you read the motion again, please?
Sure. Motion by Councilor Mercia. Request manager have law department prepare a deed and vote to council to accept with provisions and restrictions for the protection of the Powwow oak tree. Roll call, please.
Councilor Broderick.
Yes.
Councilor Elliott.
Yes.
Councilor Kennedy.
Yes.
Counselor Laurie,
Yes.
Counselor Martin,
Yes.
Counselor Madonça,
Yes.
Counselor Mercia,
Yes,
Mayor Murphy,
Yes.
Counselor Nguyen.
Yes.
thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Next motion, also by Councilor Mercia, request the council vote permission for Powwow Oak Protectors to install a plaque at their own expense. Councilor Mercia.
And thank you, Mr. Mayor. The motion more or less speaks for itself, and I know there was some concern about a plaque is already there, but the plaque has nothing to do with the people that are protectors. This would be, and I know that everybody received a packet of information diligently structured into every aspect of 2 years' worth of work, and the plaque would be as follows, and if you would allow me, and because the plaque that's already there is a small one, and it's by the DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution. This would be the Powwow Oak Protectors, and it would read as follows, if you would allow me. The Powwow Oak land of Belvedere. For thousands of years, this public land was known as Wamasett by the Native American people who congregated along the Concord and Merrimack rivers. For at least the past 320 years, it has been the home of the sacred Native American powwow oak tree. The powwow oak tree is now a registered National Historic Tree in Washington, D.C. I'm not just saying that. You see the information and all the proof here. It is a public protected shade tree that stands on land belonging to the people of the city of Lowell. It is a beautiful living specimen of a Quercus alba white oak tree, beloved by this people of this area. In Wilderness is the Preservation of the World by Henry David Thoreau said that. Commemorated in 2012 by the Powwow Oak Protectors in order that the tree might stand, Mr. Albert E. O'Hare, the original protector. It says it all, and I think it's they're not even taking credit for anything. The plaque would come at their expense. They generated money through donations. They've done everything that I could think of. I couldn't be this more scrutinized of any darn thing in this world, and they've done a tremendous job. So my motion is that if we would put this all together, and this was part of that whole package, if they could put a plaque there at their own expense, if we do finally designate that land to them, and this was part of the motion, but I separated it. So if we could have a roll call vote on this one, if there's any questions as well.
Sure.
the people
Councilor
who would
Elliott.
speak.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have any questions. I supported the last one. I'm going to support this one. Council Mercy, they're both very good motions. Mr. Koumancelis and his organizations, Council Mercy really said everything, but I spent some time with George as well. They put together a video and they've chronicled all of the work that they've done, and I'm very impressed. As Council Mercy said, it's been 2 years. They've stuck with it. They've raised money. They've had fundraisers, and this really is a good thing that I'm looking forward to support. So, congratulations, George and others.
Thank you. Councilor Kennedy.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. On this motion, there is a plaque there that's been there for quite some time. It's been there since I was a little kid. And that's really the only reason anybody knows that that oak tree is powwow oak, is because of the plaque that was there. And you're correct, it was put up, I believe, by the Daughters of the American Revolution, and there's a little spiel on that plaque that explains the importance of the tree. Rather than to have two plaques, wouldn't we be able to just incorporate the information on the Daughters of the American Revolution plaque into the new plaque and just have them be both together so there's just still one plaque? I think that the crux of what the Powwow Protectors want is to give some recognition to Mr. O'Hare, which is fine and sounds good to me, but rather than to have two plaques, it would be better to have one larger plaque than two plaques up there. What do you think about that?
This does not matter to me, but I'm not the one that's been 2 years diligently trying to, painstakingly do this. I think they would like their own plaque, because that'd be like, I don't know, How about the Daughters of the American Revolution might not want them to join forces with their plaque into theirs? I know it's a good idea, but I don't know, you know, where you're asking one side, now we're gonna have to ask the Daughters of the American Revolution what they think of it. Do you wanna be added? And I can't speak for them, so.
Well, neither can I, but I would think that the Daughters of the American Revolution would be fine with it just being one plaque, as long as the information was on the plaque that was relevant to the tree. I think that's really kind of all that matters.
Well,
It's just, it's one tree, how many
Right.
plaques, you know.
well, why don't I ask the people that have done all that work? I didn't. It does not matter to me one way or another, but I'm not the one that was involved with it. Judge, this is Judge Kumanzelis. He's,
Mr. Kumanzelis, would you like to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councilor Mercier. Just to clarify the issue here.
Just for a moment, could you state for
Oh, my name is
record?
George Kumenzelis, and I live at 241 Remington Street in Lowell. I'm the founder of the Powell Oak Protectors. We've been working for over 2 years to save the tree in the best way possible. I was not prepared to give my presentation tonight. We were hoping to do that on the 17th or whenever the law department refers it back to the council for a vote. And on that date, we will give our formal presentation. But to clarify Councilor Kennedy's question, first of all, the Daughters of the American Revolution would not allow, this has already been covered. They have sent us an official email as of last July. This was looked into. They would not allow any kind of convergence of two various plaques together into one, either eliminating theirs and incorporating their words into a unified plaque of ours and theirs, or taking something that we would make and putting it on their sign. That would not be allowed. They have very strict rules. Their headquarters is in Washington, D.C., and that plaque was put there on May 31st of 1930, I believe. And it's a historical monument in their own organization in Washington, D.C., and it's archived, and it's also archived in the City of Lowell's Parks Department, who cleared the land for them to put the plaque there. And all of the records are at the Spalding House on Pawtucket Boulevard, where the DAR Molly Varnum chapter records are stored. So they would not allow that. Our plaque is totally different. We revised it many, many times in order not to infringe upon their historical jurisdiction. Our plaque is a separate matter because as it stands now, when people drive by Clark Road, they drive by the tree, they walk by the tree, they ride their bike, nobody knows that that tree is on public land. It looks like it's on private property. And this is why we've had the problem. It's been encroached upon. People have cut arms off the tree. People have encroached on the right-of-way, which is 66 feet wide and 200 feet back. Half of it is city-owned land. People have encroached on the DAR sign itself by spray painting it silver. Of the $4,600 we raised $1,000 from the Demoulas Foundation, and we've allocated that money specifically for the DAR to restore their plaque when we could have kept it for our own plaque. But we realize that there's a need for a plaque there because people don't know any of the other story around the tree. They don't know about Mr. O'Hare donating his land. They don't know about the fact that the tree is a National Historic tree, that it's 320 years old, that it's on public land, it's a protected shade tree by the Massachusetts General Laws and the tree ordinance of the City of Lowell. So for all these reasons, we think it's very necessary to put a very tasteful, small, monumental kind of plaque that you see in other areas of the city, like where the Portuguese have down there by back Central Street, where they have these sort of, it looks like this. And it would be, you know, sort of waist high, even lower than this. And it would be nowhere near the tree. We don't want to do damage to the tree. The plaque would be in the city land, in the City of Lowell land, so that when people walk by there, they will know that this was land belonging to the Wamasett Indians, that it's public property that belongs to all of the taxpayers and the citizens of the City of Lowell, and that the land supports the roots of the tree, which, you know, the tree canopy is encompassed by the City of Lowell land, not just the sidewalk area where the tree itself is. It's like an L. The tree is right in the horizontal hugging of the L, where the vertical line of the L meets the horizontal line of the L. The tree is actually in the sidewalk of Clark Road, but part of it hugs the right-of-way, so it abuts that public right-of-way. So it's doubly protected by the tree ordinance of the City of Lowell. So we feel that it's very important that we have our own plaque there to fill in the missing gaps of the history that have taken place both before and since their sign was put there. Their sign is a monument to the Revolutionary War, and it's very beautiful. But we want to have something there that honors also the Native Americans, who were peaceful people. And Lowell has many monuments that commemorate wars and generals, and it would be very nice if we had something commemorating the Native Americans and their land and their peaceful countenance upon their European immigrants. There's nothing of that sort, and there's nothing that honors Mr. O'Hare, who, if it wasn't for him, that tree would not be standing now. So this is why we feel this is very important. And I hope that you vote yes on this when the time comes to vote on it. And we are prepared to present a formal presentation when the time comes. But thank you for helping me to clarify that to the council, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Cummins-Ellis. We still need a second for the motion. Seconded by Councilor Broderick. Any further discussion? We're going to ask for a roll call vote,
Yes,
please.
please.
I'll just read before the vote. Again, it's request the council vote permission for Powwow Oak Protectors to install a plaque at their own expense. Roll call.
Counsel Broderick.
Yes.
Counsel Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy. Yes. Counsel Laurie.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
Counsel Madonza.
Yes.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Counsel Nunn.
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
So voted. Do we have a motion to adjourn? So moved, seconded by Councilor Broderick. We stand adjourned.